Okay, guys, in our functions, we have so far gone up to these 4 units over here. And now we have to discuss the transformation of functions. So I should tell you, first of all, that what do we mean by transformation of functions? And then I'll take you to these subtopics. As you see that we have to discuss the reflections and stretches. And there is one thing he is missing over here. It has to be reflections and the translations. He's not mentioning it here, but I'll be telling you about this, the reflections and the translations. Okay. Before we discuss these transformations in functions, we need to know them. We need to recall the geometrical transformations that we have done in our O levels. Okay. Um, we shall be mainly talking about the reflections in the x-axis and y-axis. So I'll be making you recall that we have already discussed the reflection in the line y equal to x when we were graphing the functions and the inverse of that function on the same diagram. Okay. So now you must remember that whenever we were reflecting a point in the x-axis, now suppose there is a point which is 2, 3. The image of this point in under a reflection in x-axis was to be 2, minus 3. Okay, do you remember that? The sign of the y coordinate was changing when you were reflecting a point in x-axis. Yes, Bacho?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Similarly, if you were reflecting a point in y-axis, so what was happening? You see, if there was a point, suppose this point is here, 2, 3. So after this reflection in the y-axis, this had to become minus 2, 3. So here the sign of the x coordinate that was changing. Okay. So uh, so you see that under a reflection in the line y-axis, the sign of the x coordinate was changing. Okay. Uh, let's talk about translations briefly. Under a translation, what happens? A point is moved from its um, original position according to the given translation matrix. For example, you have a point here 2, 3, okay? And this is a point 2, 3. And you have been given a translation matrix, which is, let's say, 3 minus 1, okay? So you have to translate like this. You will be moving 3 steps to the right, 1, 2, 3, and then you will go 1 step down. So this point over here, let me call this T of A. That is the translated image of the point A. Now this is going to be 5, comma, this is 5, 1. Okay, and this was also obtained if you write it as 2, 3 plus this translation matrix 3 minus 1. So this, sorry, this is 5, 2. Yes, yeah. So that is going to be 5, 2. Okay. So you have an object, then you have the translation matrix, and then that was equal to the image. Okay. In these functions, we shall be mainly talking about the vertical translations, the horizontal translations, and then we shall be talking about the combined transformations, like which has both horizontal and vertical translations. So, for example, Bacho, can you tell me the translation matrix if this point, which was here 2, 3, it is translated to this position over here, like this goes from 2, 3 to 5, 3. Can you tell me what will be the translation matrix for this translation?
0.
3, 0. Very good. The translation matrix is 3, 0 because your point has moved horizontally 3 steps to the right. Okay. Now suppose if this was translated onto here to 0. So what would be the translation matrix?
0 minus 3.
0 minus
0
3,
minus 3.
because this has gone down 3 steps, okay, vertically down. So that would be 0 minus 3, okay. And if this point is translated here, like, 3 steps to the right and then 3 steps to down, so you can combine these two, so the translation matrix would be 3 minus 3. We always mention here this is the horizontal component and this one is the vertical component, and you have all done this in your O level mathematics. Yes, ठीक है बच्चों? Okay, so I will now be taking you to the reflections and these translations. I'll show you that how do these transformations affect the graphs of the functions and then equations of those functions. Okay? Okay, now बच्चों देखिए, suppose you have the equation of a function which is y, let's say this is y equal to x square, okay? And you can take it as y is equal to f of x. Now, here is the curve for y is equal to x square, okay? If I reflect this in x-axis, its image would be like this. This orange one is the image of this black curve under a reflection in the x-axis. Can you guess what would be the equation of this orange curve? If you can really see that, let me make it yellow. That might be clearer. Yeah. Can
Minus x square.
yeah?
Minus x square.
This is going to be y is equal to minus x square. Acha, you see this x square, if you take it like this x square is representing your y, okay? And when you reflect something in x-axis, the y coordinate changes. So that would mean, okay, now this x square is going to be minus y. So this would tell that, oh yes, the equation is going to be minus x square, okay? So this y equal to f of x becomes y equal to minus f of x if you are going to reflect this in x-axis. Okay, let's take another example. Suppose, let me cover this and then I show you here. And Bacho, your discussion is very important in all this, whatever is going on in this class. Okay, you have to be fully alert. Okay, don't let anything go away from your hands. Okay, now suppose we have a curve here like this, like this, like this. Now this is here minus 1. And this one here is, let's say, 4. Okay, let me think about its equation. That is going to be y equal to x plus 1 into x minus 4. So this is x squared plus 3x minus 4. Yes. And this point is going to be minus 4 here. Okay. Now suppose I reflect this line, this curve in x-axis. See what will happen to this. Now this would be like this. Now this yellow one is the image of this curve in x-axis. Okay. So if you see the equation for the blue curve is this, which is y is equal to x squared plus 6 minus 4. Can you tell me what will be the equation for this yellow curve? Yes, the equation for the yellow curve.
Y is equal to x minus x squared minus 3x minus 4.
plus 4.
Plus 4.
Yes, we plus 4. Like you have to simply put a minus before this. The equation for the yellow curve would be y equal to minus into x squared plus 3x minus 4. Okay? Because all the y coordinates are now going to change this sign. So this is basically representing your y. So you have to put a minus with all of this. Okay, now suppose you have an equation which is y is equal to minus x cube plus 5x minus 2. What will be the equation of the curve after this one has been reflected in x-axis? Yes, tell me.
Plus
X
x
cube
square minus
minus
5x plus 2.
Yeah, this is going to be like this. Like basically you will multiply all of this with a minus. So that is how you will be getting the equation for after this has been reflected in the x-axis. Okay. Now I'll be taking you to the reflection in the y-axis. Okay. Now see, bacho, the reflection. Now, please, you must have noted this down here, this thing. That is how this function changes when you reflect a function in x-axis. Okay, now for the reflection in y-axis, Okay, now suppose you have, I'm using these quadratics because you people have studied a whole chapter on quadratics, okay? Now this is minus 1, this is, let's say, 3, and okay, let me draw the second part of the curve. Okay, suppose the equation for the black curve is y equal to um, x squared minus 2x.
the x square plus 2x minus 3 होगा for the back curve.
I think I made a mistake in the previous example. It has to be minus 2x.
No, sir, it's alpha plus beta.
So there is, yeah, so minus 2x. Yeah, I'm writing this correctly. Because see, one root is x equal to minus 1, the other root is x equal to 3. So this is x plus 1 into x minus 3. Yeah, do you see this? So that is why this has to be minus 2x. I made a mistake in the previous example. So let's ignore that. The thing is, you only have to see that how these points over here are going to represent each other's reflection over here. Okay. So the equation is x squared minus 2x minus 3. Yes. So by the way, for the further math people, the equation is x squared minus the sum of these two roots plus their product. That is the rule we apply. Okay. The sum of the two roots is 2. So this has to be minus 2x. Got it? Further math wale bachcho?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So now, look at this. What is happening over here? This point. Let me write down this point's coordinates here. This point is 0, minus 3. Okay. What is happening, bacho? How this black curve is being, what being transformed? Yes. What has happened to the black curve? The curve in black.
Translation by minus to 0.
Yeah, this has been reflected, beta. This is basically reflected in the y-axis. This has been reflected in the y-axis. Look, this point 30 is now at minus 30, and this minus 10 is now at 1, 0. And this point is invariant. Can you see that this point hasn't changed at all? So this is truly a reflection in, this is a reflection in y-axis. Okay. So I should write here that if you have y is equal to f of x and you reflect this in x-axis, the equation of the new graph, new function is going to be y equal to f of minus x. Y equal to f of minus x. Okay. Now the equation for the yellow curve is going to be y equal to, please note it down, you will change all the x's with the minus x because the sign of the x coordinate is changing. Minus 2 into minus x minus 3. So the new equation for the new graph is going to be x squared plus 2x minus 3. That is the equation for the yellow curve. You have to tell me if you agree or not. Now from here we can go on to the exercise. Let's see, I'm going to remove this. Okay, let me open that exercise now. Here is the exercise. Okay, this is exercise 2F. Okay, now it says that in this first question, is saying the diagram shows the graph of y is equal to gx, g of x. Sketch the graph of each of the following functions. Now this is y is equal to minus g of x. So guys, tell me this y, like you're going from y equal to gx to y is equal to minus g of x. So what kind of reflection is this? Like, what is the line of reflection?
X-axis, reflection in
X-axis.
X-axis.
Okay, so you please see how this is going to be reflected. This 3, 1 is going to be reflected here. This is going to be here. This is going to be here. And this point is, which is minus 2, 3 is going to be here. Okay. And this minus 3 is going to be here. Okay. Let's join them quickly. So I have this here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, this was to be joined with this and this with this. So that is how you get this reflected in this x-axis. This is y equal to minus g of x. Now let's reflect this in. Now this is this y equal to g of minus x. That means it is being reflected in the y-axis. Let's do that, bacho, quickly. Basically, you have to do it yourself on your books. Okay. So this 3, 1 goes on to minus 3, 1. 1, 1 goes on to minus 1, 1. And minus 2, 3 goes on to 2, 3. Okay. And this minus 3 minus 2 goes on to 3 minus 2. Okay, let's join them together. So we have this one. Okay. Then this one. And then this one. Yes, you see? That is how you have this. This is your, this one is y is equal to g of minus x. Okay? Yes. Yes. Okay. Now let's, if there is no problem with this, can I go on to the second question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, bacho.
Yes, sir.
The second question, bacho. So the second question. This, it says find the equation of each graph after the given transformation. This y is equal to 5x squared after reflection in the x-axis. reflection in the x-axis. So you basically have to write it as y is equal to minus 5x squared. Yes? Okay. Y equal to 2x is 4 after a reflection in the y-axis. So this b part would be y is equal to 2 into minus x is per 4, which keeps it same. The equations are same. Okay. This is reflection in the y-axis, the c part. Okay. For the c part, you have y equal to 2 into minus x squared minus 3 into minus x and then plus 1. So this is y equal to x squared plus 3x plus 1. Okay. And for the d1, reflection in the x-axis. So this would be y equal to, since it is in the x-axis, the whole equation sign will be changed. 5 plus 2x minus 3x square. And you can also write it as 3x squared minus 2x minus 5. Yes, bacho?
Sir.
Okay. Chale phir. Then we move on to this third question. Okay. You try this first and then I'll tell you. Let me ask you, okay, from here I have Asma, bete. Asma, can you tell us what is happening in this 3A? Is this a reflection in x-axis or a reflection in the y-axis?
Reflection in x-axis.
Yeah, because the whole equation signs, they have been changed. This basically has been done like this is basically minus into x squared plus 7x minus 3. So that is why you're absolutely right. This is a reflection in the x-axis. Okay. Yes. Ayla, bete, can you tell us what is happening in the part B? Yes, Ayla. Okay, Ayla doesn't seem to be there. Habiba, can you tell us about the B part? What is happening in B part?
Reflection in the y-axis.
Reflection in y-axis. Very good. Because now this has been minus x squared minus 3 into minus x plus 4, which makes it y equal to x squared plus 3x. And you are quite right while saying that this is a reflection in y-axis. Good, beta. Okay, Ifra, beta, can you tell us about the C part?
Reflection in x-axis.
Very good, beta ji. And then we have here Iza, beta. Iza Ashraf, can you tell us about the D part?
Reflection in x-axis.
Very good, bacho. So that means the reflection part is clear to you. Okay, in the next segment, I'll tell you about the translations. Thank you very much.